Most people think turning 60 makes flying harder. Longer walks, longer lines, less patience. But what if the system is actually built to help you and almost no one tells you how to use it? Airlines don't advertise certain senior travel protections, not because they don't exist, but because they only activate when you ask the right way. If you're over 60, there are 5 airport perks that can reduce stress, cut costs, and even change how you board a plane. Some are backed by federal law. Others rely on staff discretion, and one of them most travelers completely misunderstand. Here's the catch. Age alone isn't enough. You need to know how to trigger them. And the first one starts before you even reach security. Subscribe now so you won't miss future updates. Perk 1. Free airport assistance. Under the Air Carrier Access Act, U.S., airlines must provide free assistance to passengers with mobility limitations. That includes help getting through security, moving between gates, and boarding safely. This is not a paid upgrade. It's a legal requirement. But here's where confusion begins. The law protects mobility needs, not age by itself. That means tired legs, balance issues, joint pain, or difficulty walking long terminal distances can qualify. You do not need to be unable to walk. You do not need a permanent condition, and airlines rarely explain this clearly. When requested at booking or 48 hours before departure, assistance can include an escort through security, transportation to your gate, and early boarding support. That alone can remove the most stressful part of travel. However, timing matters. Last-minute requests often mean delays. The key is framing it correctly. Instead of asking for special treatment, state that you need mobility assistance due to walking distance concerns. That language aligns with policy. Most travelers wait until they are overwhelmed to ask. By then, staff options shrink. But assistance is only the beginning, because security screening changes too, if you're in the right age group. And this next detail surprises almost everyone. Perk 2. TSA Modified Screening. If you are 75 or older, TSA screening rules shift slightly. Passengers in this age group may keep shoes and light jackets on during screening. In many cases, they use standard metal detectors instead of advanced imaging scanners. This reduces physical strain and speeds up the process. But here's the part that's rarely explained. This is not the same as TSA PreCheck. It does not guarantee a shorter line, and random secondary screening can still happen. Why isn't it promoted more clearly? Because it's built into procedure, not marketed as a perk. In busy airports, officers sometimes use discretion to move older passengers into less crowded lanes for efficiency. But that decision is situational. It is not automatic. The important point is awareness. If you qualify, what you do not need to remove footwear unless asked. You can calmly confirm your age if clarification is needed. Many seniors remove items out of habit, not necessity. And that small detail can save both time and physical effort. But screening is only one piece of the airport puzzle. Because when it comes to ticket prices, the story gets more complicated, and this next one isn't always what people expect. Subscribe now so you won't miss future updates. Perk 3. Senior Fares. Many travelers assume airlines offer strong senior discounts. The reality is more nuanced. Some airlines provide unpublished senior fares for passengers 65 and older. These fares often require phone booking. They may not appear online. But here's the twist. Senior fares are not always cheaper than promotional sales. In some cases, public online deals beat the senior rate. So why call it all? Because availability varies by route and season. On certain international flights, senior fares can reduce costs. On domestic routes, savings may be limited. The strategy is simple. When calling, ask specifically about senior fares for your age group. Compare that quote with the online price before booking. Knowledge creates leverage. There's another overlooked angle too. If you fly frequently, loyalty status may offer more value than age-based discounts. Free bags and priority boarding sometimes come through miles, not birthdays. Most travelers assume age automatically unlocks the best rate. It doesn't. You have to compare. And once your ticket is booked, boarding becomes the next battleground for comfort. Because the way you step onto that plane can shape your entire flight. Perk 4. Priority boarding and seat leverage. Boarding is often the most chaotic moment of air travel, but passengers with mobility-related needs may request pre-boarding. This is separate from paid priority lanes. It is designed to provide extra time and safe entry. Again, the key word is mobility, not age alone. If standing in long lines causes discomfort, or if you need additional time to settle into your seat, you can inform the gate agent before boarding begins. Tone matters. A calm request for extra boarding time due to mobility concerns aligns with airline policy. Demanding early access without context does not. Gate agents have discretion, and discretion often favors clarity and respect. There's also seat positioning. If aisle access or extra legroom supports comfort due to stiffness or joint pain, mention that during check-in. While upgrades are never guaranteed, agents can reassign open seats when justified. The mistake many make is waiting until boarding closes. By then, flexibility disappears. The earlier the conversation happens, the better the outcome. But even if seating remains unchanged, there's another area where savings can quietly add up. And this one protects both your wallet and your health. Subscribe now so you won't miss future updates. Perk 5. Baggage and Lounge. Airlines cannot charge for medically necessary equipment. That includes mobility aids, CPAP devices, and certain medical supply bags. These items fly free and do not count against standard baggage limits. Yet many travelers still pay because they never clarify. If you are a military veteran, some airlines also waive checked baggage fees. Policies differ, but benefits often extend beyond active service members. And here's where it becomes strategic. During major delays, passengers with medical considerations or mobility concerns may receive accommodation options first. That can include meal vouchers or temporary lounge access, depending on the situation. Notice the pattern. Most of these advantages activate when you communicate specific needs, not when you demand perks. Air travel after 60 does not have to mean longer lines, heavier stress, or higher costs. But it does require awareness, because airports operate on policy, and policy works best when travelers understand it. There is one more accessibility rule that many frequent flyers overlook entirely. It has nothing to do with boarding, security, or baggage. And once you know it, you may never travel the same way again. Subscribe now so you won't miss future updates.